In a story problem where a proportion is used, two different things are being compared. You can think of a proportion as a fraction equal to a fraction with labels. So let's read through this first example and find what it is that we're comparing. On the blueprint of a house, 35 millimeters represents 10 meters. So we're comparing millimeters and meters. The actual length of the living room is 9 meters. What is the length of the blueprint? I'm always going to write what I'm comparing off to the side of the fractions. So in this case, millimeters and meters. Now let's put those numbers in the numerators and the denominators. Only numbers that are millimeters can go in the numerators and meters in the denominators. So we have 35, it's going in the top because it's a millimeter, and 10 in the bottom because it's a meter. Now the 9 meters, that's going in the bottom again because it's a meter. I don't know the millimeters, so I'm calling that P. To solve the proportion, we need to cross multiply and divide, which means multiply the numbers that are diagonal, in this case 35 and 9, and then divide by 10. When I take 35 times 9 divided by 10, I will find that the blueprint is 31.5 millimeters. In each of these examples, you should start to see a pattern. We're starting with a fraction equal to a fraction. We want to read through to find what it is we're comparing. In this case, a machine produces 255 bolts in 24 minutes. So we are comparing bolts and minutes. So let's write what we're comparing to the side of the fraction. And now we're ready to put in the numbers. 255 in the top because it's a bolt, over 24 because it's a minute. And then the 40 minutes, again, because it's minutes, is going to go in the denominator. We do not know how many bolts we can make in 40 minutes. I'm going to call that B. We're ready to solve, so let's cross multiply and divide. Multiplying 255 by 40, and then dividing by the number diagonal to the letter, so divided by 24. We end up getting 425 bolts that we can make in 40 minutes. All right, one more example. Again, looking for that pattern. The first thing we're going to do is write a fraction equal to a fraction. Reading through for labels, we find out that the patient's body weight is proportional to the amount of medicine they're given. So for a person weighing 132 pounds, they're going to need 143 milligrams of medicine. So comparing pounds and milligrams, let's put in those numbers, 132 in the numerator because it's pounds, 143 in the denominator because it's milligrams. Now we want to know how much medicine for a 156-pound person, so 156 in the top because it's pounds, and M in the bottom because I don't know how much medicine. We're ready to solve, so let's cross multiply. Notice this time the numbers that are diagonal are 143 and 156. So let's multiply those together. And then we want to divide the answer by the number diagonal to M. So divide by 132. When I take 143 times 156 divided by 132, I find that the person who weighs 156 pounds needs 169 milligrams of medicine.